My name's Renee Klajik. I play music as Ziemba. What kind of music do I play? I often tell people I play experimental pop music, but that's a pretty broad, vague title for what I do, which is often very vocal driven and lots of synthesizers. And then I also make fragrances that connect to my musical releases. So a lot of the time I think about making music like trying to build a whole immersive world. So I grew up in Michigan, in the thumb of Michigan, quite near the border of Canada, and then also Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona, and El Paso, Texas. And I have family in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico as well. So kind of went from the border of Canada to the border of Mexico.
Brilliant, natural, without life together forever.
I think that the style of music I play happened very organically and just intuitively based on the music that I listen to and what feels good to me, what I'm drawn to in that moment. I mean, in the time that I've been playing music, stylistically it's changed a lot as I've gone through different, periods of growth and learning. So it's hard to answer really specifically because I think as long as you are kind of curious and open, then it'll keep changing and you'll keep growing, as you're playing music and trying new things out. So the new album that I'm releasing right now is called Artists, and it's very much inspired by feminist science fiction. After Trump got elected, I wanted to start writing songs that were political commentary, and I started writing songs like about the realities of America today, and it was just so depressing. Like, they were really like unpleasant songs that I was like, I don't want people to listen to this, I don't want to do that. So then I kind of turned to science fiction to do political commentary in a way that was uplifting and aspirational, and instead like envisioning what kind of world I want to see, and trying to like embed the commentary within the ideology of the music. So yeah, for this album I was reading a lot of like Octavia Butler and Ursula Le Guin, and just looking at different kind of influences of people who are who have future vision that isn't like limited to dystopia, really.
Meanwhile, kiss, lips to lips, lips to lips, lips to lips.
I think one of the common threads with a lot of more utopian science fiction that I've read, or things that are pretty like uplifting and encouraging, a lot of that, it doesn't prioritize individualism the way that our culture does. It's much more community organized, and like in a lot of them identity is understood in terms of interconnection, instead of just kind of like me first mentality. So I think that's a pretty big difference. And like if you have a culture that operates where you don't view yourself as limited to like me in this form, but instead as part of a web of interconnected, entities, then that changes the way that you operate in the world. That changes all of your decisions. I mean, in the time I've been playing music, I've often done a lot of different things and been constantly trying out new ideas. So I think that's really key to the way I approach playing music. Like I have a lot of friends who are like in a band, but say you're like in a punk band, and it's just like there's a whole vocabulary for like how to play punk music, and I appreciate that, and it's like really satisfying. It feels really good, But I don't think that's the way I've approached playing music so much. It's more been to try to look at at structures like this is how pop music works, or this is how noise music operates, and then try to like play with the boundaries of them. So a lot of the time when I say it's like experimental pop music, it's because I'm trying to like make a pop song but also break the rules of a pop song at the same time, and find different ways to do that. I think my goal has always been to like be challenging myself and trying out new things and testing my boundaries.
The streets are gone. We float along.
When I write a song, it can happen in all sorts of different ways. It's often pretty unpredictable, and some songs like take years to write, and some songs you write in like a half hour, and it feels like a fully fleshed out idea. So I think the creative process, it can take like a lot of different shapes and forms, and the most important thing is not being too critical of yourself when you're doing it, and being willing to fail. Like it's hard to write a song at all if you're too scared of it sucking. Like, because then you just, if you're afraid that it's not going to be good, and so then you like are thinking about that as you're working on it, you'll never write a song. But if you're like, okay, it's okay if it sucks, because I'm just going to like write something, and then I will have written something, and then I can write something else. I think that ideology, like not being too precious about it, just making things and not being attached, and then seeing what happens, it allows it to come alive more. You know, it's like it doesn't. I don't really see a lot of the things I make as being like mine. It's more that I'm trying to be really open to like whatever kind of is floating in the ether around me that I can channel into a song. So.